Hey everybody, Chris here. Are we going to see a Dogecoin relief rally in Q4 of 2022? We're going to explore that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you can be notified when I put out new videos, as well as when I go live. I'm doing live streams on Mondays and Friday nights. We talk about Dogecoin, other cryptos, as well as stocks, investments, whatever you guys want to talk to as well. We have a good time in the chat, so join me on the live streams. So we're in October 2022 now, October, November, December, the last 3 months. This is Q4. And so far, year to date, cryptos and Dogecoin are way down, as well as the S&P 500 and the stocks. Pretty much record lows year to date. That's what we're seeing across the board. However, there are some signs that we might have a little bit of relief coming over the next few months. There's a lot of news articles pointing one way, pointing the other way, and we're going to explore some of those and talk about Dogecoin in particular right now. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at the news and the charts. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So we'll start by looking at this news article from CoinDesk. Dogecoin loses momentum from Musk Twitter acquisition news. Well, actually, I think we're just looking at higher lows, though, because Dogecoin was at 6 cents, traded up to 6.5 cents, was floating up and around 6.5 cents, now at about 6.4 or so. So that's good. It didn't fall all the way back down to 6 cents. So I think it's found a higher low, which is good, as it's trading compared to Bitcoin, which is still right around 20,000, up and down right near 20. But instead of Doge at 6, Doge is at 6.4. So I think that's been good. A good response. Some of us were expecting more of a spike, but there's still a little uncertainty of whether this deal is really going to go through, and I won't believe it until it actually happens. So we'll see how that goes going forward. Here's this Benzinga crypto article. Dogecoin outstrips Bitcoin and Ethereum. An analyst says relief rally in Q4 is on the horizon for this major coin. Is Dogecoin this major coin? We'll see. The key points. Elon Musk puts Twitter deal back on the table, sends Dogecoin soaring. Risk assets buoyed by hope of a dovish pivot by major central banks. Are the banks really going to continue to raise interest rates? Are they going to pivot and hold off on raising interest rates more? Sort of, let's see what happens. We think inflation is going to still continue to rise, though, and raising the interest rates actually helps to subdue that continued rising inflation. But there could be a pivot here. So if we see that, we could see a rally. So let's see what else we're saying. This is about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and a lot of the difference that we're seeing here is that with Dogecoin up 9% the past day, Dogecoin still the 10th largest market cap asset in crypto. Whale transactions and funding rates have spiked, which are two great predictors of price direction change, and this is according to Sentiment. So here is that chart that they're looking at, and they're looking at whale accumulation for Doge. And this has been happening, and we talked about this last week, where we saw that there was accumulation happening with Dogecoin as Dogecoin was below 6 cents. But now we're seeing even more as Doge is up around 6.4, 6.5 cents. And with that whale accumulation happening, that to me says, the whales who like to suppress the price and buy it during dips, now with the accumulation, they don't want to see the dips. They'd like to see these higher lows happening with Dogecoin. So we'll see about that. As we go forward, Michael Vanderpop is saying that a relief rally in Q4 is on the horizon for Bitcoin. So he is talking about Bitcoin, not Dogecoin, for the relief rally. But we know that if all of Bitcoin is going up, we would see all the other cryptos going up as well. So that's what we would sort of expect as Bitcoin moves the whole cryptocurrency market. What I like to look at, though, is what this relationship is between Dogecoin and Bitcoin. And I show this chart a lot, usually zoomed in here, but you'll see in orange here, this is that 0.0003% line. And that's the line that Doge and Bitcoin have been following. And I like to see these trading pairs and to sort of judge particularly how Dogecoin is doing compared to other coins, and particularly Bitcoin. And what we're seeing is a classic head and shoulders here, which could lead to a big rally of the price of Dogecoin versus the price of Bitcoin. So what we've seen now is this is on the weekly. So this week we're seeing this green candle here to come back. We're back up to 3.1, and we would like to see it back up to 3.5 and maybe even to 4 again. And if Dogecoin does go on a big spike with some other Elon Musk news, we could see that come on up. And that would be the response of this classic head and shoulders chart that we see there. Zooming in on what's happening right now with Dogecoin, here's Dogecoin right around 6.4 cents. So between 6.6, 6.4 is where Doge has been trading. Down a little bit, but so is Bitcoin. Bitcoin barely trying to hold on to this 20,000 mark, which is this orange line. So that's the current state of where these are. Also, we're looking at the Daily Hodl article. Dogecoin to explode much higher amid insane accumulation, says trader who predicted the 2018 Bitcoin bottom. So again, more of this whale accumulation that is happening is being looked at in terms of a rally coming forward throughout the end of 22 and into 2023. Personally, I think overall we have an economy that isn't good, and I just don't see a huge relief rally coming, but it could. We know how Dogecoin can buck the trend. In April of 2021, when Dogecoin took off, Bitcoin was actually coming down at that same time. So and that was reflected in this chart that we were just looking at, which is this Doge Bitcoin relationship. And we saw that huge spike in the price of Dogecoin versus Bitcoin. But Bitcoin was going down, and that relationship between Doge and Bitcoin earlier in April of 2021, in March 2020, it was like 0.0001%. So with that huge spike and then coming back down, if there's another spike, we will see that regardless of what Bitcoin is doing, Dogecoin could take off on its own. So with all that, one thing to keep in mind, don't leave Dogecoin on exchanges. You're going to hold through this rally, or you're going to hold through another dip. Either way, holding your Dogecoin, don't leave it on exchanges. For those of you that are trying to get a little extra by lending out your coins or trying to get interest, staking, you can't stake Dogecoin. Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. There is no staking. Basically, by leaving your coins on an exchange or enrolling in one of these interest programs, you're giving those exchanges the right to be able to lend out your coins to shorters like Barry Silbert, who are going to short Dogecoin down. Why would you want to do that? So get your coins off the exchanges. We've already seen what's happened. Exchanges like Celsius or like Voyager and what they promised for returns on your cryptocurrency when, Celsius isn't exactly an exchange. It was kind of this lending place where you could like put your coins and they would give you these great returns. That should have been the first red flag. But now the news is coming out that Mashinsky and some of the other Celsius leaders were already pulling money out of Celsius in the days leading up to when they halted withdrawals. So they knew what was going on. They knew what was going to come. And I feel bad if you had something on Celsius and you're sitting there waiting to see if you get any scraps left out of it through the bankruptcy proceedings. Hopefully that works out well, but not looking great. Three Arrows Capital, I guess, had some NFTs. They were the ones that really caused a lot of the Luna, after the Luna fallout, because they were heavily invested in Luna. And those that had money lended to Three Arrows Capital, like Voyager, ended up going bankrupt as well. Apparently they had these NFTs that they had spent millions on, and like $35 million for these NFTs that are now worth under $1 million. So you can see how that whole NFT thing has gone. That's pretty tough. pennies on the dollar is what you're going to get out of this. So hopefully that works out. But again, the message is with your Dogecoin, put it in your wallets, whether it's a Trust wallet, which is what I use, or Exodus wallet, also soft wallet, or you go to a Nano Ledger or something like that. So, you know, it's cryptocurrency, so not your keys, not your coins. So you take care of it, because if you don't, if something happens, you only have yourself to blame. So be careful out there with that. Whether we're going to see a relief rally or not for Dogecoin, we will wait and see. There's a lot going on in the economy, looking at both ways. So we'll see as we go forward. Again, we'll be talking about more of that on my live stream on Friday night, where the economy is going to go from here. That'll be one of the key topics this week. Let me know in the comments below what you think about whether you're going to see a rally for Dogecoin over the next couple months, or are we going to be seeing that bigger dip? Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.